What's up YouTube? It's Raining Card Games, and for today's video, we are going to be revisiting a deck that I streamed about a month ago, and we had some fun shenanigans with it. I'm talking about the Mist Valley
Infinite Negate.
No. So, on stream we know it was usually pretty good at pumping out the Apex Avian and Thunderbird in order to get that Infinite Negate interaction. So I decided let's tweak the deck a little bit, make it a little bit more consistent, and let's see how it works out. So, before we go ahead and check out the deck profile on EDO Pro, if you'd be so kind as to like, subscribe, and comment down below on what you think of the deck and its degeneracy. It's not terribly degenerate, but you know, infinite negates. And then also feel free to check out some of the other links, like joining our Discord server or following me on Instagram. And if you want to help support the channel, you can either join on Patreon or become a YouTube channel member, or also you can check out the merchandise shop where you can buy some RCG merch. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop on to EDO Pro and check this deck out. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the deck profile itself now. This is a Mist Valley deck. The crucial key part on the win condition of this deck is Mist Valley. So we have 2 Apex Avian, 2 Thunderbird. Now, you actually only need 1 of each for the entire win condition to happen, the Infinite Negate lock. But we have these at 2 just because, you know, sometimes you have to run a Pot of Desires just to get the right enough amount of extenders and everything in your hand. So we do include just a double of, just in case we banish anything. And in some cases you need discard fodder, so if you draw an extra one in your hand and you don't need it, you have free discard fodder. So 2 of Thunderbird and Avian. Then we have the 1 Shaman. This is a winged beast tuner monster, so this is another needle fiber target, and also a potential monster we can go into Samorg, Bird of Kings. Cockle-doodle-doo. This is one of the best starters you can have in the deck. It is a free special summon if you control no monsters on board. It is a tuner, so ideally you want to see Cockle-doodle-doo in your hand. Triple Garuda the Wind Spirit. This is a free wing beast extender, so this helps you get into Samorg. It helps you get fodder for needle fiber out onto the field. It can also enable rank 4 plays. It's a very good card to include in this deck. Basically, you have your wind negate combo, and then everything else is just wind extenders. Parallel Exceed, you don't even need to explain this card. This card is insane. Literally, you make needle fiber, you have this card in hand, you are guaranteed to reach the infinite lock. So self-explanatory having this at 3. Reborn Tengo is interesting, so if this card leaves the field, it can either be bounced back to the hand or sent to the graveyard. It replaces itself with another copy from deck, and also we're just primarily running this because it is a wind monster, and this is one of the ways we are getting into Union Carrier. A small Crusadia engine, Arborea because it's a tuner, Draco, it's a wind, so the wind aspect can come in handy, or the tuner aspect, and then also sometimes you may just need to go into a Crusadia Magius just to get your plays started or to make your Parallel Exceeds live. Quickdraw Synchron, it's a wind tuner monster. It's pretty self-explanatory, and it can special summon itself out. If we somehow banish all of our negate combo stuff, so let's say we banish both our Thunderbird or we banish both our Avian, we can't do the lock. We go to plan B, which is Barrier Statue of Stormwinds, because Samorg can still bring out a winged beast monster at the end phase. So a lot of decks can't get around that kind of floodgate in some instances, so even if you can't establish infinite negates, your deck does have a plan B. And then a bunch of other wind extenders that happen to be tuners. Windwitch Snowbell, Mecha Phantom Beast, O-Lion, these are great targets to bring out. Well, O-Lion is a great target to bring out with Needle Fiber, because then if you're able to establish a Wing Beast alongside with bringing this out off of Needle Fiber, you can usually end on a pretty good board, including Macrocosmos and Herald of the Arclight. Blackwing Zephyros Elite, great discard fodder, or a Foolish Burial target. It gets you a Wing Beast onto the field pretty easily. A small Speedroid engine. This can also equal an instant Needle Fiber. Tempest, it's another free summon, and it's a wind monster. On to the spells. We're running triple tuning. This is just a way to get access to our Quickdraw Synchron and potential graveyard setup, because sometimes we need winds in the grave so we can special summon our extenders. Pot of Desires, it's a necessary risk because sometimes you just need that one extra extender to set up your board. Called by the Grave, you can bump this up to 3 even. I would probably recommend it. So It's because this deck can die to hand trap. You have many choke points that you just have to be wary of, such as an Ash or a Veiler on your Needle Fiber. Divine Wind this card is great, especially on like once you've set up your board as well. This card can really help you pop off and just build your board up for the next turn. You can easily go in for an OTK the following turn. Terraforming to search it out. Instant Fusion, this gives us another extender. Monster Reborn, further extension. Foolish Burial, which you're primarily sending your Blackwing, the Zephyros, the Elite, and Upstart Goblin just to draw a little more extra power. Onto the extra deck, you're running a Mavelus. This is your instant target. Abyss Dweller, you have a bunch of rank 4s, so if you have extra resources at the end, you can also shut down the graveyard along with the infinite negates. And then our synchro targets, you have Herald of the Arclight, it's omni-negate, which is also banishing instead of sending to the graveyard, so this can be a great floodgate for certain decks. Martial Metal Marcher, Raptite, you can make this, and its effect is live because you're guaranteed to have wind monsters in your graveyard. Clearwing Synchro, it's just another wind monster. Boarload Savage, you can definitely go into this. Mini Crusading Engine, and then a Nightmare Service, just sometimes you need to pop monsters, or you could also swap this out with a Phoenix. Honestly, like a lot of this stuff is just extra filler space. You can cater the extra deck how you want. Essentially, the cards that you need in the extra deck just to establish the actual just infinite negate locks, you need Needle Fiber, Union Carrier, some work. That's it. You do not need any more. Everything else here is just extra monsters that you can potentially go into to set up a Herald, or if you can also, if you want, you can go into an Appaloosa, and then all of it's just all these. It's crazy how literally the infinite negate combo just needs, in reality, Needle Fiber, Union Carrier, and some work. But that being said, there are choke points in the deck, so you have to be mindful of hand traps and then Nibiru. But like if you're going turn, like if you win the die roll and you're going first, your opponent doesn't know what you're playing, you can easily lock them out. And then according to the matchup side for that matchup, so that way you can manage game 2 and then game 3. But anyway, let's go ahead and do a quick tutorial of the combo itself. Okay, so here we go. Not bad at all. So what we can do here is we can special summon the Cockle-Doodle-Doo because we control the monsters, and then what we can go ahead and do is we can normal summon our Reborn Tengu. Now we'll go into our Needle Fiber or Halcyon, player preference on how you want to name it. We'll activate Needle Fiber effect. And then we will go ahead and we will bring out our Mist Valley Shaman because we do need a Wing Beast for this combo to work. Reborn Tengu will replace itself. And now what we can do is we can actually, I can really show you how to establish the lock. So let's just use our Monster Reborn. We can use this, bring out the Tengu. And then what we can do is we can make some Morg with Needle Fiber and Shaman, and then with the 2 Tengu, since they're both wind types, we can make Union Carrier, and then I only run 2, so that would also be another extender. Activate Union Carrier's effect, and we can equip Thunderbird, and then end phase of the turn, effect, special summon Avion, specifically do it to a Zoin that some more points to, because now it can't be targeted by card effects or destroyed. And that is essentially the quick and easy infinite negate combo. Let's go ahead and do another test hand. Okay, so this is a little bit more interesting. What we can first do is let's go ahead and set up our graveyard. The card we really want to get in the grave is Zephyros. So what we can do is we can activate his effect. We can add to hand we can pitch our Stormwinds. We can add a Draco to hand. Now what we can do is we can special summon our Garuda. And then what we can do is activate the effect of Zephyros, bouncing Garuda back, and we can just special summon him again. What we can do now though is we can normal summon our Crusadia Arborea. We can go into our Needle Fiber. Needle Fiber effect. we can bring out our Mecha Beast O-Lion. Now, what we can do here is we can special summon our Link Cross. This is where we can make our board a little bit more intimidating. So we'll go ahead and activate Link Cross's effect, and we'll bring out 2 tokens. 1, 2, and I'm sure you guys have seen this before. With our O-Line and our token, we will go ahead and bring out the Monster Metal Marcher, activate his effect, and then activate our Mecha Beast O-Lion's effect. So this will get us a token and O-Lion back onto the field. Lovely. Now what we can do is we can set up one of our negates with Marcher and the other token off of Link Cross. That gets us Herald of the Arclight. This is great. Now what we can do is we can further extend if we so choose. We have a couple options here. What we can do is we can first special summon our Draco. Draco can just add this back to hand. And then what we can do is we can special summon our Garuda, and then we can go ahead and make our excuse me, we can go ahead and make our Simorgh. But what we can also do is the following. So we can go 1, 2, 3. So special summon Simorgh, Bird of Kings. 1, 2, and 3. Bring out Simorgh, and then we can go into our Union Carrier. Activate Union Carrier effect. Same as before, we're gonna go ahead and equip our Thunderbird. And then end phase, we can go ahead and activate the effect of Simorgh, and we can bring out an Apex Avian. So same board as before, the same infinite negate combo, but now we have a Herald of the Arclight alongside of it. So a little bit of extra disruption for your opponent. And you can usually attain this board fairly certain. And that's gonna do it, you guys. This deck is interesting. So the combo itself is fairly straightforward. Honestly, it's just Needle Fiber plus Extender, including a Winged Beast, equals the infinite negate. And then anything extra, you can add on a Herald of the Arclight or something just to further basically say no to your opponent. Because keep in mind, it's not an infinite monster negate or spell negate. Like, Mist Valley Apex Avian is an omni-negate, so it is pretty intimidating if you can establish this lock. Granted, there are ways to break it, even just simple as battle, or a kaiju as well, that said. But there are ways to break it, but it is pretty intimidating, especially game 1 when your opponent does not know what you're playing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and let me know down below in the comments what you think. Obviously, this deck is not perfect, and with a bit more tweaking, I'm sure this can be even more consistent or more intimidating, like throwing up more negations or more floodgates. But that's gonna do it for me, you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.